Hello and welcome. You are watching Game 2 of what's turning out to be a very quick final. Game 1 settled in almost less than 7 minutes. A very surprising victory there from a tactical error on the Pollo and Crump side. Two very conveniently placed pylons at the ramp gave Dude from Brazil and Cello a very easy Baneling bust, which unfortunately resulted in a completely depowered Crump and almost completely defenseless Pollo. We are here on Lunar Colony 5, where they will get a second chance at a new beginning and try to tie up this series. This is, of course, a best-of-7 championship finals series. So this series, everything on the line, everything that they have been waiting for. And, you know, this has really been two very different teams with two very different stories. Dude from Brazil and Cello going undefeated in the regular season really haven't seen much of a fight. Pollo and Crump, one of the few teams that did give them a fight, took it all the way to Game 3, where it really came down to just a few mistakes on either side, which allowed Dude from Brazil and Cello to kind of squeeze out the victory. So Pollo and Crump looking to try and solidify the errors in their play. Unfortunately, Game 1 not starting that way. We do see Pollo now going down for a quick, looks like a very fast, what is this? This is a 13 pool there. So definitely a fast pool there that has been scouted from Dude from Brazil. We see Crump also scouting out here. Now Lunar Colony 5, a map that has been hated by most of the players in the league. You don't see this map being selected too often. It was surprisingly used a lot when in the semifinals, you know, actually by Pollo and Crump. We did see a lot of Lunar Colony 5. I believe they played this map twice in the semifinals, both teams selecting it at least once. So, you know, very interesting choice of a map. I mean, it has lots and lots of expansions, lots of side attacks. It's very Zerg friendly, but it also has a little bit of benefit for a Protoss player as well. You know, this sunken expansion here, very good for Colossus harassment, Blink Stalkers, really, you know, lots and lots of ridges and stuff. So this is excellent play for either side, and you know, Pollo and Crump have a slight disadvantage in this matchup just because Pollo, being Zerg against a double Zerg team, he tends to run a little bit on the defenseless side early game. He can be very easily overwhelmed, while Crump, being a Protoss player, kind of takes him a little while to get his Zealots up and running here. Now we do see some separation on these pylons. He has corrected the mistake from before. He's going to go ahead and seal this off completely. This pylon, of course, still the weak point. He really needs to put something behind it. Doesn't look like he'll get a chance to do that. We do see a queen here from Pollo kind of harassing this overlord a little bit. We do see some Lings out. Looks like they're going to try to take these Xel'Nagas early. Dude from Brazil, again, trading places with Cello, letting Cello do the macro while he does a little bit of micro, trying to get his unit count up there. We do see Zergling speed now coming down for both Pollo and Dude from Brazil. We do see a Roach Warren coming up. So it looks like we might see a little bit of a 50-50 split here. Last game we saw them, and look at this, a double fast expand. I was going to say last game we saw lots of Lings and Blings early for a bust. Looks like they're not going to try to do it again this time. And here's Pollo rolling out with some Lings. This will be a good scouting opportunity for him, as really they do not have anything outside of a few Lings themselves. Unfortunately, without some Zealots to back it up, it's going to be very difficult for him to do any damage here. Even against this queen here, all Dude from Brazil has to do is kind of walk him around long enough for these Lings to get there. And he's going to go ahead and take that down. We do see a lone Ling from Cello trying to stop Pollo's expansion. Unfortunately, was not placed probably optimally to try and block that. We do see Pollo pulling back these Lings now. And more Lings underway for him, as well as Banelings. Now this is Pollo at his best when he can get his tech switches in. He's very good at getting these tech switches and kind of expanding and just kind of taking over the map while keeping people very reactive to him. And we do see these Lings coming in now. He will lose one of those Lings, but he's going to go ahead and save that expansion. Meanwhile, Dude from Brazil's expansion has just completed now, and these Xel'Nagas firmly in hand here. So map control definitely swaying in favor of Dude from Brazil and Cello. We do see Cello now with quite a few Lings here, as well as Dude from Brazil with some Banelings. So it looks like they've split a little bit here, with Cello going Roaches, although he does not seem to have any Roaches yet. So he's just droning up here. We see the drone count starting to get very close, and Pollo, of course, getting a little too close to that. And we do see a little bit of movement here. Cello kind of rolling out in the opposite direction, And we do see two of Dude from Brazil's Banelings kind of forming up here, and we do now see Poyo with speed. He's going to go ahead and take that Xel'Naga. He will see this Zergling mass just kind of rotating around here. See some more Zerglings. That's very, very dangerous right now. And unfortunately, he does not see these two Banelings here, and he's going to run right into them. Oh, and he just barely evades it. And he will save those Lings. Unfortunately, those Lings are not enough. He does send one Ling back, take out one of those Banelings there. And now we see Dude from Brazil rolling in with his own Lings. That Baneling's still a huge threat there. Poyo with just not enough units to really do much about it. And we do see some Zealots. He needs to get those Zealots on hold, keep them in position there. And it looks like Sequin will also help out here. Unfortunately, that expansion is down. That means that Poyo will have to go with a 2-base situation here. He's going for a second spawning pool. That seems to be a micro mistake there. I don't think that spawning pool is intentional. That just seems a bit strange. There really isn't anything he can do with it unless he's going to go fast hive. So that has to be a micro error there. Hopefully he notices it before it finishes spawning here. Do see Poyo rolling out with a lone Bling here. He's going to try to bait some Zerglings in, and it looks like he will get at least, looks like he got about 6 Lings there. Meanwhile, we do see Spines coming up, some saturation coming down here. We do see a lone slow Ling. Now, slow Lings this late in the game, that finally looks like Celo's like, oh yeah, that's right, I got an upgrade to make him faster. So he's going to go ahead and make that fast. Looks like he just realized he put down the wrong building, and there's the Spire. That makes a lot more sense considering the build we've seen from him. Also see some Void Rays from Crump. Void Rays have been kiss of death in this season. We have not seen anyone use Void Rays early and win. I almost ate my words in one game during a semifinal where we did see a little bit of Void Ray play help out, but you know, definitely Void Ray has not gone over well so far. It may go over well this time, though. We do see some layers coming underway, though. I do not believe they have scouted this. Let me check here and see. No, they have not scouted those Stargates, so they are unaware of the Void Rays. Unfortunately, on one base and with only 2 Void Rays, they are now going to roll out. They may be spotted here. He needs to be very, very careful with these Void Rays. Does not want to tip his hat too soon at what he has here. We do see a huge mass of Lings rallying up here. Some more Lings coming out as well. Celo building the, it looks like building a Roach Horn, but not putting it to any use. We do not see any Roaches out for him at all. Celo, oh no, we do. We have 8 Roaches out for him. There they are. All right, so they were, I'm sorry, they were moored Roaches. They were moving way too slow. They did not catch up to the army in time, so I did not spot them. And yes, I'm sorry again, Mord, that I took another shot at you. But we do see some Banelings now, so they are in a very difficult situation here. Of course, Poyo with lots of Banelings of his own. We also see lots and lots of Zealots here that will definitely come in handy with this primarily Zergling army here. But look at the income. We do not see too much pulling away right now, but we are going to start to see pulling away, especially for Dude from Brazil. And there are the Mutalisks. The Mutalisks have been spotted. They will need to go immediately to a base. We should see right away something coming down. We do see some Hydralisks hopefully coming out underway. We also see a Spire coming down and some Spore colonies as well. As we see these Mutalisks are going to try to do some early damage. They will find a lot of Overlords here, but it looks like he's going to blow right past them. He'd rather take out the main base. Dude from Brazil with 2 Mutas underway himself. He's going to go ahead and take that Queen down. Meanwhile, we have a Baneling bus here at the main base, and these Banelings looks like they took out most of the Lings. These Roaches now are going to go ahead and get skewered by the remaining Banelings and these Zealots. They will easily take that down there. Meanwhile, Dude from Brazil taking an absolute beating here as he's trying to get more Mutas out. And 4 of Celo's Roaches just stand in complete shock. They were not sure if they had the courage to go in, but they are going in now. Unfortunately, it is a little too late for them to go in. Celo probably regretting that mistake, so he did not send enough in. And there's the GG from Dude from Brazil, and a shocking turn of events here in a game that seemed like they had it all locked up. And Dude from Brazil surrenders the game. Celo still staying in it, though. This is a little bit of a split here. He's not agreeing with his partner's assessment. He feels that he can still win this. He is staying in this game. He has not left at all. This gives a little bit of breathing room here. We do see now these Void Rays really pushing up here. He has nothing to fear at all. He's taking down almost everything. And there's finally the surrender from Celo. Wow, what an amazing turn of events as this match evens up to 1-1. Wow, game 3. Anyone's game at this point. It's basically been negated. We'll have to see if this is a turnaround comeback or just a fluke. Stay tuned. We'll have game 3 coming up in just a few minutes.